is it that we are looking at all these types of letters? Now, remember, again, and I can't stress it enough, we are preparing you for anything. So anything that you get on the paper 2 part of, or the section of the paper, you are able to do it, right? So we're preparing you for everything. So today, we're looking at writing letters of congratulations. All right, now, have you ever written a letter of congratulations before? What does it entail, right? Why would you write letters of congratulations? But you know, before we get into our lesson, we have to look at what it is that we want you to learn at the end of the lesson. So our lesson objectives for today are: 1, state what is the letter of congratulations. 2, explain why persons may write letters of congratulations. 3, suggest when persons may write letters of congratulations. 4, outline the format of the letter of congratulations. And 5, develop competency in writing by writing a letter of congratulations. So, to get us in the mood, right? We're looking at congratulations. How you feel when you have done something great, or you think it is great, and someone congratulates you, right? How do you feel? You want to dance, you want to skip, you want to jump, what, right? So to get us in the mood of looking at letters of congratulations, I'm going to ask you just to listen to an audio and just get into the mood and into the vibe. Now, how you feel? That is how you feel when somebody congratulates you. You want to skip, you want to dance, you want everything. When somebody congratulates me for doing something good, I want to jump up and down and dance, right? Now, to get us in the whole mood, right? You understand the whole concept, right? How you feel, right, when somebody congratulates you. Now, we're moving into now, what is the actual letter of congratulations? So here it says, a letter of congratulations is a message in which you formally congratulate another person for a notable achievement. It is an excellent tool for networking, for network building. The recipients of your messages must appreciate the kind gesture. Now, before we even get to why write a letter of congratulations, right? Now, what are some of the things that persons can congratulate you for, right? If you're watching via YouTube, you can write your answers in the comment section, right? What are some things that persons may want to write a letter of congratulations for? Now, thinking off the top of my head, I can think of several reasons or several things that persons would want to write a letter of congratulations for. Say, for example, you somebody got engaged, right? Somebody got married. They did well in a sporting event, right? Anything, right? So these are ways, or these are ways in which we can write letters of congratulations, right? So you congratulate anybody for anything. If it's even the smallest thing, you can congratulate someone, right? So it doesn't have to be a big achievement. It can be a small achievement, and you want to, you know, make the person feel good by writing them a letter of congratulations. All right, so why write a letter of congratulations? When you focus on adding positive value to other people's lives rather than wondering what they could do to help you professionally, you strengthen the relationship. That is when the best networking happens. Not only does it make others feel good, but it can be rewarding in the future when these people are in a position to help you advance in your career, right? So you congratulate somebody, you write a letter of congratulations because, you know, you want to make the persons around you feel good, right? If you're working within an organization, you know, sometimes it is the smallest things that, you know, make people or motivate people to do better, to do even more, right? So, you know, you're a supervisor and you're in charge of a few persons, and say, for example, the team, you know, went above and beyond on a particular project. Congratulate them, let them feel good, motivate them, right? Because when you do this, you are only making them want to do the best for you. And at the end of the day, you will look good as a supervisor to know that your team is always doing good. Now, when can you write a letter of congratulations? Think about it, right? When? when do you think it is fitting to write a letter of congratulations? Let us look at it. Write a letter of congratulations when a colleague or a professional relationship accomplishes something like a new job, a promotion, a new business, or a project. When employees reach certain milestones during their years of service, like an anniversary, relocating, retiring, or changing careers, employers need to show their appreciation with a message. Now, let me address this as well, that letters of congratulations are not just written in a professional setting, right? Anyone can write a letter of congratulations, right? So though this is focusing on the professional aspect, anyone can write a letter of congratulations. So if you're in a class and say your form captain has been doing good, you can write them a letter of congratulations, because at the end of the day, you want the person to feel good, right? So letters of congratulations are not just for the professional setting. Anyone can write a letter of congratulations. Now, how to write a letter of congratulations. Now, we have been looking at we have looked at quite a few letters so far, right? And by now, you should know what are the things that we should include in our letters, right? Be it formal or informal, right? Because, we have mastered it. We have been looking at it for quite some time. So you should know what are the things that you should include in your letters, right? Now, what is it that you should include in your letter of congratulations? You may want to send a letter of congratulations to peers or co-workers that reach important milestones in their career, such as when they finish a big project or receive a major promotion. When it comes to close friends and family members, the birth of a child, an engagement, or the completion of a school program are all excellent occasions for a congratulatory note. So these are a few examples as to when you think it would be fitting to write a letter of congratulations. And thinking about it too, sometimes, I don't know if you have persons out there who are very, very sentimental like myself, and yes, somebody might come up to you and say, congratulations, man, on your promotion, or, doing so well. And then after a while, you might forget it. But then now, if someone writes you an actual letter, for me, I keep everything. And sometimes you're going through like 5 years, 10 years down the line, and you're looking back at all these notes that you have collected. It makes you feel good, and it makes you want to, stay motivated to do the good things that you are doing, right? So anyone, as I mentioned before, can write a letter of congratulations. To write a letter of congratulations, use positive language to express the appropriate level of appreciation and joy. Choosing how you deliver your letter is also an important part of sending a letter of congratulations. Consider hand delivering it or sending it with a gift to have the biggest impact on your reader. All right, so just as how when I asked you to listen to the audio, right, the song, right, and putting yourself in the space where you were congratulated for something, how would you feel? How did you feel when you did something and persons were congratulating you? You felt joy, right? And if you're writing a letter of congratulation, you want to spread that joy as well, right? Make the person feel good, right? Spread the joy, continue with the joy, show the joy in the letter that you're writing. And also, the way you deliver the letter also, helps to bring joy. So sometimes, a little scavenger hunt or something, and then at the end of it, the person will find a congratulatory letter and the gift. Fine, beautiful, right? Because at the end of the day, we want the person to continue to be on a high, to feel good, all right? Now, we're looking at now the things that we should include in our letters of congratulations. Now, many persons may not have written letters of congratulations before. So we're going to be going through now, and we're going to be seeing what are the things that we should include in our letters of congratulations, right? So now we are looking at firstly the salutation. But before we get to the salutation, right, we need to remember that you are writing a letter. So all the parts of the letter must be included. So though we're starting with the salutation, right, we're starting with the salutation, bearing in mind that you already know that if you're writing a letter, you need to have the address and the date before you get to the salutation, all right? So include the addresses, right? So remember that. Now, first thing, the salutation. Start with "dear," followed by the recipient's name and a comma for a standard opening. If you're writing a formal letter of congratulations to a co-worker or peer, you may want to simply start with their name alone, right? Because, you know, you have built a camaraderie with your colleagues and so on, so you're comfortable addressing your peers or your colleagues by their first names. Feel free to play around with a short exclamation or intimate salutation if you're writing a letter to a close friend or family member. Always add a comma after your salutation unless your salutation ends in an exclamation point. Now, how you write your salutation is very important, right? So we want you to take these things into consideration. A good formal salutation may be "Dear John," or simply "John." As I mentioned before, if you're comfortable, if you have that relationship where you address your colleagues or your friends by their first name. Creative salutations could be "I've just heard the good news," or "It's been a long journey, but you finally made it." Right? So, you know, joy, we're bringing joy, we're spreading the joy, right? So how you greet the person is very important. And here's an example, right, of what it would look like. And remember, you know, say, for example, it is a formal letter of congratulations that you're writing and you are unsure, say, whether or not the person is married or unmarried, you would know that you should go and find out, or, you know, just keep it simple, "Dear Madam," all right? Number 2. Begin with a general statement of congratulations for a standard opening, right? So we don't want to just jump into it. So even though our ultimate aim is to be concise, but, you know, we're spreading the joy, so we want to know, just easing to it nicely, right? Just spread the joy, bring the joy from the get-go. For a formal letter of congratulations, begin with some basic celebratory statements. Say, "I want to congratulate you on your recent promotion," or "I was ecstatic when I heard the good news about the birth of your child." Another general statement of congratulations could be, "Job well done. You've worked hard and it has finally paid off," or "Cheers on the new job." Tip: don't repeat simple congratulatory statements for more than 2 to 3 sentences. If you repeat yourself, it could come off as sarcastic or insincere. So we need to take these things into consideration because, you know, we don't want the person or the recipient to get the wrong impression, right? So don't elaborate too much. Use a nice opening, right? And then move on. Right? An example, "I want to congratulate you on your recent promotion." A good start, isn't it? All right, number 3. Start with pride or encouragement if you know the addressee well. So this is specific to a person who you're congratulating, who you're very close to, right? So how you write might be different from someone who you might not know, right? So if you're writing your letter to a close friend or family member, feel free to start by telling the addressee how proud you are of them. Be as direct and supportive as you can. Say something like, "I am so proud of you and everything that you have done to reach your goals." Follow it up with an encouraging statement like, "I know that you're going to go on to do big things in your new position." Now think about it. If you are reading the letter and you hear things like that, you're not going to feel good. Trust me. I'm not being congratulated right now, but just reading the content here makes me feel good. Say, I want to take a moment to point out how proud I am of you. Or, I hope that you get everything you want in your new role. Don't use too many exclamation points. They will lessen the impact of your letter if you use them more than once or twice. Now, a perfect example here. I am so proud of you and everything that you have done to reach your goals. Number 4, place the emphasis on the achievement if you're not close to the addressee. Avoid talking about your feelings about an achievement or event if you don't know the addressee very well. Instead, focus on the achievement itself by speaking in slightly broader terms. Say something along the lines of, becoming a father is a momentous event in life and you're going to make an excellent dad. Or, graduating college is a big step towards becoming an adult and you have a lot to look forward to, right? So, we know how to write letters or write information to persons who we know and who we don't know, right? So if you know the person well, it's going to be different, right? And if you don't know the person very well, then how you write the letter will be different as well. But bear in mind that even if you don't know the person, nothing is wrong with congratulating them. And a good example here, graduating college is a big step towards becoming an adult and you have a lot to look forward to. Number 5, focus on your feelings if you've known the recipient a long time. If you have a deep connection with the person that you're writing to, feel free to emphasize your feelings about an achievement or event. Your close friend or family member, it should be your close friend or family member will feel a sense of pride knowing that they're making their loved ones happy. Say something like, I am so happy to see how you've developed over the years, and I can't wait to see what you do with your new degree. Or, I almost broke down in tears of joy when I heard about Danny's birth. All right? So if you know the person very, very well, how you write is going to be different than if you don't know the person. If you know the person quite well, you're going to be pouring your feelings into the letter, right? Because you know the person, you've seen the person evolve, right? And you are expressing how you feel in the letter because you know the person. Now, a good example here, I almost broke down in tears of joy when I heard about Danny's birth. Number 6, talk about how the addressee has grown over time. If you're sending a formal letter of congratulations, emphasize the person's professional growth by commenting positively on how far they've come. Personal comments should emphasize your perspective to avoid being presumptuous. In a formal letter, comments could include details about their starting position at a company or general information about major milestones. Formal examples include, you started out as a mail clerk and now your talent and hard work is paying off, right? So this is someone who, has seen the progression of this person throughout the years, starting from, as it mentions here, a mail clerk and going up the rank, right? So, as I said before, pour your feelings in, right? Let the person know that you have been watching them from the beginning and you're proud to see their progression. You'll make an excellent the head of sales. Or, becoming a mother is one of the biggest milestones in a person's life. You're going to be great at it. Personal examples include, I remember when you were struggling through 4th grade math, and now you've got a degree. And now you've got a degree in physics. Or, I remember how my heart filled with love when I used to hold you as a baby. Now you're going to get to experience all of that with your child, right? So, as I said before, as I keep saying, pour your feelings into the letter, right? Because you want the person to be, to feel good, to know that, you've always been there for them, you're supporting them, you're encouraging them, you're motivating them. Right? And a perfect example here. All right, number 7. Include a personal anecdote if you want to offer advice. If you're older than the addressee and want to add a personal note of encouragement, include it as a short aside. This implies mainly to major life events that you've experienced, although you could do it if you've held a similar professional position. Say, when I started out as a doctor, I wish someone would have told me to always thank the nurses. Or, I know that becoming a father can be overwhelming, but you can't let your fears guide your decision making. Tip: avoid doing this if you're the same age as the addressee, since it could come off as condescending, right? So, you don't want to be condescending, so be careful, right? So, if you and the person are of the same age, right? You don't want to be as though, though I may not be older than you or whatever, but, I have the experience. No, that is not what we want to achieve, right? We want the person to the high that they're on, we want to continue. We want to boost them, right? So we don't want to come off as being condescending. Right, and a perfect example here. Number 8, close with a formal note of encouragement if it's a professional letter. If you don't know the person that you're congratulating particularly well, you should finish your letter with a general note of encouragement. If you get too personal, it could come off as presumptuous or unprofessional. Simple statements like, I wish you well at your new position, or I hope that you enjoy your new career as a teacher, are appropriate for the end of your letter. So be careful as to how you go about ending your letters, right? And a perfect example here, I wish you well at your new position, right? So we're closing up, we're winding down the letter now. Right? Now, before we get to number 9, we're going to be going to a quick break. We'll wrap up when we come back. Welcome back to class time. If you're just joining us, we've been exploring letters of congratulations. Let's continue. So we're looking at the outline of the letter of congratulations, what you would include in the various paragraphs. Now, number 9, include a note of support and affection if you're close to them. If you're writing to a close friend or family member, finish your letter with an intimate note of support. Feel free to get a little sentimental and emotional, as this is the moment in the letter that you've been building up to with general statements, anecdotes, or memories. Say, I feel so much joy knowing that you're becoming the person that I always knew you could be. Or, you could have no idea how happy I am that you're engaged. It means the world to know that you found your special someone. Now, as I keep mentioning, the congratulatory letter or the letter of congratulations is going to come off a bit different if you're close to the person. And one of the things that, I find is that when persons write a congratulatory note or a letter, reading the letter, the person is overcome by such emotion. Some persons may cry because they're happy. They feel good that there's somebody who is encouraging them, right? Some persons may just, have goose pimples come up all over them, right? So we want to spread this joy. We want to keep this person on this high of being feeling so good, right? So all of what we have been looking at is just to ensure that we know what it is that we should do when we are writing a letter of congratulations. Right, and a good example here. I feel so much joy knowing that you're becoming the person that I always knew you could be. Because, you know the person from long time, you know that the person might have struggled, right? And to see them reaching their full potential, you feel good for them. So they are feeling good and you are feeling good as well. Number 10, wish the addressee luck if they're starting out on a new journey. If the person that you're writing to is starting something that will come with some challenges, like a big move or new career, wish them luck. They may need encouragement if they're apprehensive or nervous. Focus on the positive outcomes to reinforce the sense of joy that you're trying to create in your letter. So, like as it mentions here, a major milestones like a big move, right? Or, a new career, the person is changing their career, the person might be nervous, right? And your aim is to encourage the person and to let them know that, you are good, you're okay, you are ready for this. Just go at it because this is the type of person that you are. I have confidence in you, so you should have confidence in yourself, because at the end of the day, you want the person to feel good. You don't want the person to be, apprehensive about anything. They already have their fears. You are just going to reinforce and let them know that you are okay. You got this. Say, there will be challenges ahead, but I'm sure that you're up for the task. Or, I can't wait to see what you do next. If you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to me, right? So, you're encouraging the person, you're writing this letter, congratulating them that they have reached this major milestone, right? And you want to let them know, reassure them that though you might be moving away, right? I'm just a phone call away, right? Or I'm just an email away. Let them know that you're always going to be there for them. Tip, when in doubt, keep it simple. It cannot get any better than that. When in doubt, keep it simple. A basic good luck or I wish you all the best is a perfectly adequate way of encouraging someone, right? And this would be, say, for example, if you're congratulating someone that you do not know very well, right? Just keep it simple, right? Because you don't want to come off as being disingenuous, right? So when in doubt, keep it simple. You can't go wrong. Perfect example. There will be challenges ahead, but I'm sure that you're up for the task. Number 11, choose an appropriate closing before signing your name. If you're writing a letter of congratulations to a co-worker, teacher, or acquaintance, finish your letter by writing sincerely or best wishes before signing your name. Write with love or thinking of you always if you know the addressee well or you're related to them. It's appropriate to use the word love when closing a letter addressed to a relative, even if you don't know them very well. So closing your letter of congratulations now, it is different when it is formal and it is different when it is informal. When it is informal, you may use words like love, right? Best wishes or with love or thinking of you, right? Because you know the person, you're connected to the person, so you feel comfortable writing or closing off your letter in this manner. But if it is formal, you can't do that, right? Say, for example, you're congratulating your boss, right? The CEO of the organization. You won't end the letter with love. No, because maybe the person is not close to you. And even if the person is close to you, you're still within the confines of a professional workspace. So you would not close off your letter with love if it is in a formal capacity, right? So if it is a formal capacity, you will end with sincerely or best wishes. If you're writing a congratulatory note on behalf of a group of people, have all of them sign it. Perfect example, I can't wait to see what you do next. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to me, right? Sincerely, Sarah J. Right? So this would be in a formal capacity, right? Sincerely, formal. Best wishes, formal. With love, informal. Thinking of you, informal. Number 12, send your letter as soon as you can. If you wait too long to send your letter, it won't have the same emotional impact on the reader. Try to send a congratulatory note within 1 to 3 days of the event or experience that you're celebrating, right? So say, for example, the person did well, or your classmate did well in their CSECs, right? And results came out in August, right? When would you tell the person congratulations? December, right? Even though it would be fine, but you're close to the person, you know the person. Why wait all the way until December to tell the person congratulations? They got the results today, tell them today or the next day or the day after that, right? Let them feel, stay in the high, in the moment, right? Don't take too long to tell the person congratulations or to write the letter of congratulations. Tip, a tardy letter may give the impression, and listen to this very, very carefully, a tardy letter may give the impression that you are only sending the letter out of obligation or as an afterthought, and we don't want that. Send it soon after you hear the good news to make it seem like you're authentically happy, right? So we see what happens, right? Now, when you send the letter of congratulations, right at the moment that the person has done well, right? As I keep mentioning, the person feels good, right? And if you take too long to send your letter of congratulations, the person might feel some sort of way, and we don't want that, right? We want the person to know or to believe that you really feel good for them, right? You don't want the person to say, oh, maybe if somebody remind them that I did well and they just do it because the person forced them to or whatever. No, right? You don't want the person to feel that way. So as soon as you get wind that the person has done well, right, or has done this great thing, you congratulate them right then and there or within 3 days or so. Number 13, write personal letters by hand and email formal letters. Why you think so? Why would you think so? Right? Write personal letters by hand and email formal letters. Why would you want to write a letter of congratulations by hand, right? And if it is personal, right? And why would you prefer to send or to write a letter of congratulations via email? Now let us look at the reasons behind all of this. If it's going out to a close friend or family member, write your letter out by hand to give a personal touch, right? Now, as I mentioned before, I'm very sentimental. And if someone writes me a personal note, I feel very, very good because I know that this person is very close to me and they know what I have been going through, right? And their job there is to encourage me and to make me feel good. And they know me, right? So they would know that I would appreciate a letter that is handwritten. Though, we're moving on to things, moving away from actually writing letters by hand, but these are things that some persons still prefer. If you're sending a congratulatory letter to a co-worker or professional associate, you probably want to email it to avoid crossing any professional boundaries. Use blue or black ink to handwrite a letter if you want to give it a classic look. But feel free to play around with a different color pen if you want to keep it light. Now, as we have been looking at different types of letters, right? We know that there's a particular format when we're writing formal letters, and there's a particular format when we're writing informal letters. Now, you're being asked to take all of these things into consideration, right? Because remember, if you're within a professional setting, you need to know what it is that you are required to do. So if you're in a formal setting, you cannot be writing or constructing your letter any old way, right? Remember that you are supposed to be professional and the persons above you are looking out for the fact that you should be able to maintain a high level of professionalism. So if you're writing a letter, you can't be in a professional setting, you can't end with love or thinking of you or whatever. You need to remember that this is what you write when it is informal, and when it is formal, you end by saying sincerely or whatever. So we need to know what to write or what to include in the letter when it is formal and what to include when it is informal. All right. Now we're going to be looking at tips for writing your letters of congratulations. Now the letters should be well aligned, free from any grammatical or spelling mistakes, and of course should not be too lengthy. It should not contain any criticizing words for the peers. Now, one thing that we need to remember is that, yes, with letters, we need to remember that we should know how to write the letters, right? Now, as with all the letters that we are going through or we have gone through, right? We know that the letters should, be concise, to the point, right? We should not be, over exaggerating or, expounding too much on one particular point, right? Also, sometimes when we are writing the letters, yes, we get carried away and it depends on the type of letters that we're writing. So, sometimes you're writing, for example, the letter of congratulations, right? We get up in our feelings because we feel good for the person and so on. And we are there writing. Yes, the person is going to read it, but we still need to keep it short and sweet, right? Also, we need to be able to know what we should include again when we are writing the formal letter and when we are writing the informal letter. Also, one important thing that is mentioned here is the fact that we should write taking into consideration sentence construction, spelling, all of these things, right? And one way to ensure that our letters are grammatically correct is when we write, we proofread, and or we can proofread it on our own, but sometimes we might overlook certain things, so we can ask someone to proofread for you, especially if the letter is a formal letter. Now, can you imagine, sometimes things happen, right? And we are human. Can you imagine writing a formal letter and the letter is laced with grammatical errors? Say, for example, the letter is going to your supervisor or the CEO of the organization. What do you think is going to happen when this person reads the letter? They're going to think twice, right, about your position, right? They might ask, why is it that this person is here? Why is it that I would get a letter like this? Didn't the person proofread it before they sent it out? We have to take all of these things into consideration. And also, we don't want our letters to be too long, right? Going on and on and on. And sometimes when we do that, we may tend to put our own feelings in there. Like, you have persons who might say, it is my promotion that you got, but I'm happy for you anyway. Congratulations. No, right? That is why we always say be concise. Just keep it simple. Remember the tip that we looked at before? Keep it simple, right? When in doubt, keep it simple, right? And you have some persons who are very much like that. They don't want to wish people luck, or they don't want to congratulate persons. They just do it because they're supposed to. And when they do that, them all up in them feelings or whatever it is. No, we don't want that. Be happy for the person. Your time is going to come, right? So we want to ensure that when we are writing our letters, be it formal or informal, our letters are grammatically correct. There are no mistakes in there. The words are not spelled incorrectly or anything like that. So we have to ensure that we write our letters correctly. And for your purpose, students who will be sitting CSEC shortly, you have to take these things into consideration because CSEC is marking for these things. We're marking for sentence construction. We are marking for spelling, right? All of these things we're looking for. So you have to ensure, even though you're writing fast, you have to ensure that your work is grammatically correct. Now, it should not contain any criticizing words for the peers. Can you imagine getting a promotion or, doing exceptionally well at a particular project that you were given, and the person who is congratulating you is going to say, I could have done that. You are not better than anybody. No, we can't do that, right? If you ever hear old people always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah. It would have been better if you didn't write the letter at all or write the note at all, right? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, right? So we don't want to include any criticizing words for the peers. Can you imagine getting a letter of congratulations, you're on your high, you feel good, you did so well in this presentation, and persons have been commending you and telling you how well you have been doing, and then now this person will write, that is my presentation that you got to do, or I did the bulk of the work, so I don't know why you are so happy. No, right? So we don't want that. Do not include any criticizing comments in our words in the letter of congratulations, right? Just do the good thing, not do the right thing. Person do good, congratulate them, keep it moving. Now here we have an example of a letter of congratulations, right? Now this is the formal letter of congratulations. Now we have to take into consideration all the things that we need to include when we are writing our formal letters of congratulations, right? So remember, we have the informal and we have the formal. So this is the example of the formal letter of congratulations, right? So it's time for another quick break. When we return, we'll wrap things up. Be right back. Welcome back to class time, CSEC English language. Let's finish up our discussion on writing letters of congratulations. Now, taking into consideration all that we have learned so far about writing letters in general, we're not just focusing on just the letter of congratulations, we're looking at the letters overall. We need to remember, as I said earlier, that you're writing a letter and you should have all the things that should be included in the letter, right? I've seen many persons or many students, they're writing a letter, there's no address, there's no date, and there's no salutation. Would you consider that a letter? I wouldn't. And we have to remember that you are writing for CSEC purpose, right? So you have to ensure that you write to maximize the points or the marks that you're supposed to get. All right, so we need to be very, very careful. So on screen, we have a formal letter of congratulations, right? Now, what do we notice here? We notice that this is a complete letter. There's no part left off. Now, we see here that there are two addresses here. Now, the first address is the sender's address, right? And then now we have the date, then we have the name of the person to whom the letter is going to, and then we have the address, right? Now, the greeting. Now, remember we spoke about the salutation or the greeting, right? If it is formal, if it is a formal letter of congratulations that you're writing, you have to ensure that the salutation matches the type of letter that you're writing. So if you see here, dear Miss Gregson, right? Warm greetings, right? Perfect, right? Now look at how the person started the letter off, right? I have been your advisor for 2 years and I would like to congratulate you for finally finishing your degree, right? It must be a proud moment for you and your parents for you to graduate with a degree in chemistry, especially since you are graduating with honors, right? So now this letter, if we are able to see, this letter is coming from this person's professor, right? Now, how good would that be to know that you did so well in this professor's class that he specifically wrote you a letter of congratulations, right? It's good, right? So it means that you have done well, right? And because it is a professor, the letter is formal, right? So because he is within the professional, within a professional capacity, the letter is formal, right? So we have to take these things into consideration. Now moving on to the letter, informal letter of congratulations. Now if you look at it, you have all these highfalutin things there, this little diagram up top or whatever. It's personal, right? It isn't informal. It isn't formal, sorry. So you can, it going to someone who you know very, very well. So, you can put your own personal touch on it. Nothing is wrong with that, right? So this is a sample or an example of the informal letter of congratulations. Now, bearing in mind that though it is formal, this person does not have the address there, but you should. It is a letter, right? So all of the parts of the letter must be included in the letter. So even though this is an informal letter of congratulations, the person should have included their address, right? Now here it says, Dear Rafiq, I feel very happy to know that you have passed ME with first class. Accept my heartiest congratulations on your grand success. At present, it would not be very difficult for you to get a good job, right? So this person, they are close, right? So they are taking the time out to congratulate this person. Now, based on everything that we have done so far, you should be able to write your own letter of congratulations. So, your task, Send a letter of congratulations to a friend who is a great success in sports. Let him or her know how this success can impact on the lives of youth, right? So you should be able to write your own letters of congratulations. And that's it for our lesson on writing letters of congratulations. If you missed this session or you simply want to reinforce information, you can tune in to JNN at 5 p.m. for the rebroadcast. You can also check out the School Time channel on One Spot Media, which facilitates 24-hour learning. I'm Nicola Bailey Blackstock. Enjoy your weekend. Rest, relax, review, and return next week for class time. Until then, be good and be safe.